Hi everybody, it's Brett here from Metropole. Well, Brisbane got the good news recently. We're going to host the 2032 Olympic Games. But what will that mean for our property market? If history has anything to go by, home buyers and investors could be in for some really strong gains over the next decade. CoreLogic has highlighted that city values jumped 60% alone between the announcement of 1993 and the actual Olympic Games in 2000. In the 5 years following the Sydney Olympics in 2000, prices rose a further 90%. And that also saw further growth in the Barcelona after their games in 1992 of around 40%. While the devil is always in the detail, these figures are compelling. Should we believe the hype? And is the Olympics a magic bullet for property prices? Here are my thoughts and the opportunities that I see that lie ahead for Brisbane. First of all, there's no doubt that I believe perception is everything. There's going to be a group of investors out there that are following the news headlines. They're always after a hot spot or a magic bullet type, so to speak. And it's also compelling that the PRD chief economist has also just come out and suggested that Brisbane property prices may double between now and the start of the Olympic Games. So the perception that Brisbane's going to be the place to be is going to bring a lot of investors and speculators and investment companies, and people are going to be preparing for the Games. And I think that perception is going to create a little bit of demand in that pocket as well. But like everything, there's going to be good areas and bad areas and different types of opportunities to take advantage of. And that's what we'll talk about in a moment. The first thing is there's no doubt it's going to change the face of Brisbane. I had to laugh at the ABC's headline recently. In the headline, they suggested that a group of mayors in Brisbane want to improve the transport network, so they got the Commonwealth, they got the Olympic Games, which is quite amusing because they wanted to find a way to increase and build new infrastructure, specifically around those inner city southeast Queensland hubs, areas like Moreton, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast and Redlands. So they got their wish, and here we are with the Olympics, and there's no doubt the face of Brisbane's going to change. Infrastructure upgrades and huge capital works are also going to take place. There's going to be athletes' villages, there's going to be stadium expansion and new kinds of things built as well. So there's no doubt that the face of Brisbane is going to change dramatically, and it's estimated it's going to bring around 100. And that's something that Brisbane property and population growth has really struggled with in the last decade, is that jobs creation, and now that's starting to occur. So the writing's on the wall, and it's certainly starting to look positive, but there's also differing opinions out there, like there always is. But most of the differing opinions I see are really, they've got to do with the cost of the games. Games cost billions and billions of dollars. Sydney Games cost 2 or 3 times the amount that you generally spend on anything else. So it's a one-off event, and a lot of people are questioning whether that's worth it. So for me, that doesn't have a great deal to do with property prices. I see some really strong opportunities, particularly in that inner to middle ring in Brisbane, around that 5 to 15k ring for well-established houses where there's no new supply. There's going to be really, really good infrastructure upgrades. I'd say the majority of these jobs and the higher level 1-tier jobs, the designers and the professionals are going to be based in that Brisbane CBD. So they're going to live relatively close. They're going to have high incomes. And I really see an opportunity in those kinds of locations that we're starting to see now as well. Like I say before, there's going to be some really good opportunities about not just for houses, but also for townhouses, I believe. And some of the budget conscious buyers should really focus on those little inner to middle ring suburbs where council is cracking down on the large expansion. I see some really good opportunities in those pockets, but you do have to know where to look. So that's my thoughts. I think it's going to be really, really exciting. I think perception is going to have a part to play, but I also think that the numbers with the jobs and everything else is going to back it up. And we're in for a really, really positive decade. Thanks for watching.